go to questions, please. Raise your hand. Jerry? JP?
Kevin, you guys played, I mean, so well in the first half. Are you a little disappointed that you didn't finish it off in the second half?
No,
or
not at all.
How do you feel?
Not at all, JP. That's a good W. I was thrilled the way we played. I thought we played really well all game. Offensively, we got a little stagnant, but that was my fault. But that was kind of come out. We did exactly what we wanted to do, offensively and defensively, and I thought we set a good tone.
Right here, Jerry.
Kevin, in your career, where does that first half for Myles rank in the performances you've seen?
You know, Jerry, this is going to sound crazy. That's what I see every day. So I don't think it's any different. I'm surprised. I'll be honest. I'm just surprised we haven't seen more of that. Anytime he steps on the floor, I expect to see that, and so did his teammates. To be honest, I mean, it wasn't like we were shocked in the locker room. It was kind of like, all right, Myles just being Myles.
All right, let's keep moving over. Isaiah.
Hey, Myles, in terms of your performance and how you were able to get in that zone, how did it feel to see your teammates finding you offensively and everything just coming within the flow?
I mean, that's the best part about my teammates. They're always looking for me. They're always cheering me on, my coaching staff too. So, I mean, when you have a group of guys like that, that's always behind you and pushing you forward, I mean, it's a great feeling.
All right, let's go right here.
Just one quick one for Myles and then Kevin. Myles, how do you feel right now? We saw sort of come down kind of awkward. How are you feeling physically right now?
I feel great. I'll be ready for tomorrow. I mean, we're going to prepare for a great Marquette team and get back to the hotel and get ready.
And Kevin, just speak about, this season has obviously been so unpredictable with the teams and the way it's gone. You played Georgetown a couple weeks ago and had that double overtime game. Just talk about coming here, playing them, and just the game being so different and just the way everything's played out for you this last week.
Yeah, I mean, they played really well at home. And I was actually after we lost the double overtime, I was really impressed with how hard we played there, given how well they played. They beat Villanova pretty easily. They beat Powell pretty easily. So it was a place that they've played well, which young teams do. And so I said it after that game. I was very encouraged of the way we played, and I thought we came out tonight really focused on what we wanted to do. And so, we're a good basketball team. And when they're focused and we play defense the way we do, we're very, very tough to beat.
Right here, Howie.
Myles, I mean, you've obviously gotten it going a lot during your career. You've had stretches like that before, but what was different about doing it on this stage? You were showing a lot of emotion in those first half, especially off those steals and fast breaks you had. It just seems something about being here in the Garden and Big East tournament that brought it to another level emotionally for you.
I mean, I know what my teammates need. My coach always telling me, pick up the energy, get your guys going. So I was just trying to do whatever I needed to do for my team to get going and for us to get the W.
Third row on.
Coach, your defensive effort held them to 36 points percentage. Your defense, is it where you want it to be, or are we expecting more?
No, I mean, at this point, I don't know.
Coach is always expecting more.
Yeah. No, I like where we're at. I do. I like where we're at. I think we're understanding concepts very easily. For the most part, we're complicated. That's one of the hard things about playing for me is that it's not. We do things that. We do complicated things on defense to try to get teams not to be comfortable. And I think at this point with this team, they kind of understand what we're doing. And because our concepts are down, I think that's why we've played some really good halves of basketball over the last, ever since February, to be honest with you. We played some really good defensive halves.
Over on the left, Jason.
Looking ahead to Marquette tomorrow, Coach, what kind of challenges are they going to present to you tomorrow with having played tonight and obviously with them playing well in their quarterfinal?
Yeah, they played really well. Obviously, I think the biggest challenge is obviously I thought Marcus played really well today. I thought he played under control and got everybody involved, and I think that's what makes him hard to defend and hard to stop is the fact that when the Hausers are spacing the court, and then Sakar, I always mess his last name up, and I apologize. at them. I think when he plays the way he played in the first half, they're really tough to beat. So the good thing is we just played them on Wednesday, so the review will be quicker. The guys will understand what we're doing. We'll make some adjustments offensively, make a few tweaks defensively, but for the most part, we're going to have to deal with one of the best players in the country.
Right here, Ava.
Coach, you talked about your ability to make teams uncomfortable with your defense. Are you more confident in your ability to do that against a team like Georgetown that does have a really young core? It's kind of led by those 3 freshmen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was our whole game plan was just to make sure if you can get young kids to stop and think about what they're doing on offense, it really takes them out of a rhythm. We were successful at home doing that. We were really successful actually there. Doing it. We just didn't play well offensively there. And tonight was the same thing, just trying to get Akinju's so talented, McClung is, and they play with so much emotion when they're making shots. The biggest thing for us was just trying to get them to stop and think, be aggressive with them, and just keep them off balance.
JP on the right.
For Myles, were you aware that it was a tournament record for the first half? And what does that mean when you think of all the great players who have been in this event in this building?
I mean, no, I didn't know that. Tom just told me walking out of the locker room, but I mean, it's truly an honor and it's a blessing from the man above to be listed with those group of names.
Ralph, over there on the right.
And Myles, one more. At the end of the half, when you really had it working, it kind of seemed like you were testing it a little bit, a little heat check at the end with those threes. I was wondering what was going through your mind. You guys had a big lead, so it wasn't like you were going to throw away a possession.
I just had made like 2 or 3 in a row, and Coach called a play for me to get one up. So, I mean, I just ran the play, and I seen his hands down. I just tried to let another one go up.
All right, down in front, Jaden. 3 more, quick, please.
Kevin, after the double-double against Villanova, Sandro goes for 12 and 10, got involved on the defensive end too. What have you seen from him in the last few games that has raised his confidence and adds another dimension to his team?
You know, Sandro's been an unsung hero a lot this year just because he's really been really good with pick-and-roll defense. He's battled big guys. You know, he gets a little worn down offensively because with the amount of size that he has battled, but I think the biggest thing with Sandro is that he's been more aggressive offensively, looking to shoot, which we've been yelling at him to do for all years, looking for him to be more aggressive. And I just think, you know, you look at him and Myles Cale, you have 2 sophomores that didn't play a whole lot last year who now got thrown onto the big stage. And I just think you're starting to see kids grow up and kids get a little bit more confident. That's a good thing.
Howie.
Kevin, when Myles picked up his second foul, I think there were 6 minutes left. You guys were up by 20 at that point. Quincy already had 2. Was there any consideration to take him out just given where the score was, or?
No, you know, I take Q out because Q's emotions run. He'll pick a third up because Q's going to try to be aggressive defensively. It really is the one true blessing about how bad of a defender my guy is over here is I know that he knows he has 2 fouls and that I know he ain't picking up a third foul.
Oh, that's his offense.
Yeah, he starts running for I'm surprised he didn't try to start guarding you guys in the first half. Yeah, he's going to look for someone that's going to stand around a little bit, and so I trust him. He you know, this is my 3rd year with him, so I know he knows what's going to go on, and you know, even though we were up 20, we were in a good rhythm. He was in a good rhythm. I didn't want to take him out.
Last question right here.
Coach, Myles Cale, you mentioned as of late, I mean, 6 threes against Villanova, 3 again today. It seems like just as the season's gone on, he's not only gotten more confident, but he's taken smarter shots. Have you felt the same way about that?
Yeah, I just think him and Sandro, you know, are guys that they want. I use him as an example. I mean, his freshman year, he got taken out every 2 minutes. I mean, every 2 minutes because it was a disaster. And Sandro and Myles Cale didn't really get that opportunity last year. He got the opportunity as a freshman to play with a group that was still learning. Myles and Sandro played behind 4 seniors, so they never really got the chance to kind of. And I just think Myles Cale and Sandro have just stayed extremely steady. They've worked extremely hard, and you're just seeing 2 very good basketball players start to grow into themselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.